Hey, come on in. I'm Van Sykes, current owner of Bob Sykes BBQ, second generation pit master, second generation owner. Bob Sykes BBQ was started in 1957 by Bob and Maxine Sykes, my mom and dad, in the Central Park area of Birmingham. Currently today we're located in Bessemer, Alabama, where we've been for 47 years. We've been in business for 58 years. And right over my shoulder is what it's all about. That's the barbecue pit. That's the reason we exist right there. That's the same pit that I've been playing and cooking on since I was a small child. This whole business is based on barbecue, and started out with lemon pine barbecue. And those two items are still on the menu today and still probably two of the best sellers we have. The thing that's really great about Bob Sykes is nothing's changed from that front counter to that back door. It's still the same cooking equipment, and later on I'm going to introduce you to the same people that have been here since day one, just about, almost 50 years. And that's what makes it all work. It's barbecue, it's people, it's food, and it's attitude.
Well, we've been coming to Bob Sykes for as long as I can remember, but anytime we get guests from out of town, this is the first place we've got to take them.
Maddox, what's your favorite thing to eat here? Is it hamburger? We love hamburgers here. You're silly. Hamburgers is his favorite. Barbecue is my favorite.
I've been asked the question, what sets Bob Sykes apart from other places? Well, really two things. Of course, first is real pit barbecue. And number two, it's the people. Mildred's been here for 46 years. Betty's been here for 40 years. We've all grown up together. We've all cooked and served food together. And if you really ask me what sets me apart, it's people. Got to have the good people.
I come to Bob Sykes maybe, if not every day, 3 or 4 days a week. And it's delicious food. The people are great. Van's great. All the employees are great. Nobody is bad. And everybody takes care of you. And the food is delicious.
Sometimes I've been asked, what is my style of barbecue? My style of barbecue is old school, like going back to the 20s, which is when my dad, that's how he learned to cook. Where he learned to cook was in the 1920s, growing up on a farm. So my style of barbecue is natural fire, hickory, fresh pork and chicken, and a tomato-based barbecue sauce. To me, that is old school Southern barbecue. We start this fire at 3 o'clock in the morning so that we can pull the meat as soon as it comes off when we open, and we go from the pit to the plate. That's our motto. It's all about the barbecue. There's a lot easier ways to do it, but it wouldn't be as good. You've got to start about 3 in the morning, work this fire for a good 30, 45 minutes, and then you start cooking the meat.
And I've been coming to Bob Sykes now for at least 30 years, and the food is consistently delicious, and the people are always friendly. So it is always a joy eating here at Bob Sykes, and every menu item is just absolutely delicious.
What is the most unique thing we make here at Bob Sykes BBQ? Well, the obvious answer, of course, would be food, but the real answer is, what do I make that's really unique? I make fire. I make real, natural hickory fire. You can't beat that right there. That is a natural fire. There's no gas. There's no lighter fluid. There's no mystery to that. That is just a natural fire. The art of barbecue is the art of controlling a fire and controlling temperature, controlling smoke. There's no control knobs on the box. There's no timing devices. It's all subjective. So the answer to the question is, what is the most unique thing we make? Fire and charcoal, and then that's how you end up with barbecue.
It's the best barbecue in town and the best red velvet cake homemade that you've ever eat. And we come, I live in West Blockton, and every time we come to Bessemer, we stop and eat. We've been coming about 10 years.
What's the most popular item at Bob Sykes? Well, it's the barbecue pork sandwich that we've been serving since 1957 with my dad's barbecue sauce that he invented all those years ago. And this past year in 2014, Bob Sykes barbecue sauce was voted the #1 barbecue sauce in the state of Alabama by the Alabama Department of Tourism that conducted a public vote. So we felt very good that it was voted on by the people. But my dad would be very proud. He put in a lot of hours in the car and testing barbecue sauce and getting some on a napkin and seeing what was in it and figuring out what he wanted to put in his. And after many gallons going down the drain, he finally came up with the right concoction. What is my favorite thing on the menu? Well, it's barbecue ribs, and it has been since I was a kid. We've always served barbecue ribs, but really barbecue ribs didn't really gain in popularity until about 20 years ago. And I guess it goes back to the baby back rib days, but something gave ribs a boost and they got on the map, and it's still one of my favorite things to eat. I've been eating them all these years, and I still have to say, if I had to choose one thing, it would probably be the barbecue ribs. Who are some of the customers I've had through the years? Well, I had Daryl Hall and John Oates traveling with T-Bone Burnett, and they came in and spent like a half a day here. And then I had Bachman Turner Overdrive from Canada. They were doing a tour with somebody, and they were traveling by car. And when they came in here, we obviously knew they weren't from Alabama. We sat and had a great conversation. Kenny Rogers stopped in here on a regular basis for a number of years. And then one of my favorites as far as musicians goes is Felix Cavallari. Felix came in here all the time and just really enjoyed down-home Southern barbecue, and it always used to tickle me because I'd sit over there and talk to him and nobody even really knew who the guy was. And then I've had all the football coaches, from Coach Bryant to Gene Stallings to Pat Dye. Had a few governors come in here through the years. I also had the entire Philadelphia 76er basketball team in here, and those guys can eat. Let me tell you what, when you wear a size 16 shoe, you can put away some barbecue. So I had the 76ers in here. That was a huge, huge treat. Through the years, I used to maintain a guest book, and I could go through that book and probably pull out some more names, but that book goes back 25 or 30 years, and there's a lot of famous people that's passed in front of this barbecue pit on the way to the counter over there.
Y'all come see us at Bob Sykes.